people hope and faith, and you are part of it. Check it out.
Our journey continued to another amazing church, this one in Glen Burnie, Maryland, a suburb of Baltimore.
I've seen a lot of tragedies with my friends, and for that reason, I think a lot of people have questioned their faith. And even what's happening in the world, you know, politically, it's kind of a confusing time for everyone.
I don't know, I think there are other ways to have faith in a relationship with something greater that may or may not be God or the universe, whatever you want to call it, that can just be done in your own way.
Well, one of the hurdles, if you will, in this area is people are just unchurched. You know, it doesn't matter socioeconomic status, it's just an unchurched area. And I don't know if that's because, you know, we're next to DC and the political climate is high, but what we're trying to do is introduce a need for God again.
Pastor Jimmy and his congregation decided to adopt a Baltimore neighborhood called Brooklyn and meet some of their biggest needs through an outreach called Red Week. And
so the idea of Red Week is that we would focus an entire week being a service to the community before we ask the community to come to church. And I believe that we are called in that great commission to be the hands and feet of Jesus. We just really put everything around the five, which is our mission, I-5, food, water, shelter, clothing, and care. And so we asked ourselves, how can we make an impact in those five missional areas?
Brooklyn is a neighborhood struggling with poverty, violence, addiction, and hopelessness. But I-5 Church is on a mission to change that. And as a Joyce Meyer Ministries friend and partner, you're on that mission with them.
We had over 200 families come out, and it was really a great time of developing a relationship and giving them a bag of groceries.
There's so many families in this community that really needs help, and little things like this really helps out a lot of people. So it means a lot that people will come out and give something to the community. It's really good.
Life happens to everybody, and sometimes they just want a friendly ear to listen to, and by developing that relationship in this area, one step at a time, one red bag at a time is truly how we plan on really infiltrating the neighborhood.
There's an area at Red Week that we served called Tent City. And in Tent City, there's about 200 homeless that are there.
We're at Tent City right now, where you can tell that homeless people who don't have much here. And so we're cleaning up despite needles, despite trash. We want to make sure that their homes are cleaner than what they left them. It's just an honor to be a part of this.
Some of these people there have not had showers for 3 months. I thought, wouldn't it be incredible if we could dignify the homeless people with a shower, a sink, hot water. And so with our mobile service unit, we were able to do that and meet those needs.
So this is one of 2 showers or stalls in the mobile service unit. Inside here is a complete shower. Then we have the toilets and a full sink. And then in this area, we have all of the toiletries, and they get to choose what they're gonna take with them. And then on this side, this is where we keep the food warm for the meals that we prepare. Today, we are going to have a spaghetti and meatball dinner.
The mobile unit is awesome. I think it is awesome. It is just great. It's wonderful that they are doing this for people like us that really need it.
When we walked up, they offered us food, clothes, toiletries, shower, hand massages. It's amazing. Amazing.
What I love about what we see here is we brought the service to them. And I believe they feel the love. I believe they know that we're sincere and we're going to be consistent. On Monday, when folks were here cleaning up, we even put down gravel. So when they go to their tent home, they don't have to walk through the mud to get there. Little things like that. I smiled when I saw a gentleman like that guy there, who's walking away with his backpack on, and he's just strutting across the street with his food in his backpack, with his toiletries, and that says that tonight's going to be different for him because he has a hot meal prepared by our chef, and he has a bag of toiletries, and he has a big help his quality of life improve, even if just for a night.
It means a lot to me. It really does. To know that you do got people out here that does care, because sometimes I don't think anybody cares, and it shows that people do care.
So each and every outreach, we give and empower our group with a little postcard, a flyer that is actually inviting them to church on Sunday mornings. Not just an invitation, but here's what time we're going to come pick you up. You know, and so if we're taking food to them and they have these needs, then it's probably safe to say that they don't have transportation to church. So let's also provide transportation back to the hospital, just as an ambulance. We wouldn't leave someone out on the street, you know, and say, well, we hope you go to the doctor one day.
I think Red Week is really great because a lot of people don't have anything, and it does help out a lot with clothing and food. My kids love it too, because Monday I was actually trying to figure out what I was going to make my kids for dinner because I didn't have anything. So my kids were looking out the window and there was a big sign on the corner that said free food. So my kids ran in the front room and said, "Mommy, come on, they got food across the street." So I got dressed and we came over, and they actually gave my kids hot dogs and told them to take whatever they want. And so that was really good that day. So
we did this work clothing drive, and we just wanted to provide work clothes for people, when they were going on interviews. And I had some incredible conversations with young men, who are looking for jobs, but don't have the clothes, the actual practical things that they need to even pursue a job opportunity.
I found two of them that really fit me very well. One of them actually still has tags on it, which, I'm very thankful to I-5 Church and Joyce Meyers for making these suits available to us in the community. We really appreciate it.
It's hard sometimes to get to the thrift store because sometimes you don't have the money to do it. So I just, appreciate them bringing the clothes to the community.
Tanika Rucker lives here with her 3 children. She says outreaches like Red Week go a long way toward bringing hope to her community.
I appreciate Red Week because Red Week on Tuesday gave food out. So you knew they was giving something out. They had red bags, red truck. So they had different things that you can use and that can help you for the parents that work and they really don't have too much time put on their plate for their children. The community needs stuff like this. It helps the people come out and know that it's people that care. And that's why I just said it's so important for them to continue to do it. It's hard. Struggling. Sometimes, people don't know that, everybody is not on food stamps. Some of us work like me. We work and, trying to figure out how you're going to pay your rent. All the rent is not low. When I first moved here, I was 21 with my first child and pregnant with my second. It was a stepping stone. It was supposed to be a stepping stone. But as time went on, 16 years later, I'm still here. Sometimes people think because you live a certain place that's what you want. And not all the time that's what we want. Because we want our neighborhood to be better. I want my children to be decent. I want a stable environment, safe environment. At the end of the day, I show my children that even though you got a challenge, that you're able to do anything with God. And you don't let your challenges, stop you. You don't let nothing stop you because God said that we can do everything with His help. We're never alone, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like. We are never alone.
The partners of Hand of Hope and Joyce Meyer Ministries, I just like to say this. There is no better investment than one that is eternal. This is the tangible hands and feet of Jesus, us meeting needs right where people are. And it's amazing that the Hand of Hope and Joyce Meyer's ministry is the vehicle that God is using for such a time as this to meet those needs. So thank you. God bless you. We are the boots in the action, but you're also a part of that action. Thank you. It's amazing.
Amen.